The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open, the one and only talk show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host in Café con Leche, and today is all about the music, so let's listen to what's in store. As always, we kick off the hour highlighting all the fun things happening around the city in our Open Weekend Preview. Then we'll address a tour company trying to keep the Bronx back in time. Linda's Jazz Nights romances the groove in us all, and she's here to tell us a bit more. Then Bobby C Sports Roundup will update us on the Stanley Cup and the NBA Draft Lottery. And we end the show with some Latin hip-shaking rhythms in our Open Artist Spotlight. So stay tuned. All that fun is coming your way because now we are officially open. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Open. Once again, I'm Rina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. And, well, the summer is practically here, it seems, or so my hair predicts. Anyway, I mean, it's only the showers that we're reminded it's still spring. I mean, because, you know, the heat and humidity have arrived. Welcome to summer in New York City. But I hear the temperature is supposed to drop again, and so we have some suggestions of things to do in what else? Our Open Weekend Preview. First up, the Memorial Day concert. Celebrate Memorial Day with the Bronx Arts Ensemble on Sunday, May 26th at 2 p.m., featuring music from Fiddler on the Roof, Porgy and Bess, Primavera, Luna Stella Fuga, Susana, and others. The concert will feature the Bronx Arts Ensemble Orchestra, conductor conductor David Gilbert, and others. And the free outdoor concert is scheduled to go on, rain or shine, and that's taking place Sunday, May 26th at 2 p.m. at Van Cortlandt Park between Broadway and 246th Street. Of course, that's in the Bronx, and for more information, you can check out bronxartsensemble.org or their social media accounts on Facebook or Twitter. And next, the official 10th anniversary concert. Dancer and choreographer Richard Rivera began his dance company at BAD, the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance, in 2002. And 10 years later, he's ready to celebrate the decade with a special concert. That's happening Friday and Saturday, May 31st and June 1st at 8 p.m. at BAD, which is located at 841 Barretto Street on the second floor in the Bronx. And for more information, you can check out Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance.org, or you can call them at 718-842-5223. And Neon Baby, which happens to be choreographed by Richard Rivera, is actually a musical inspired by the life of B-Boy and muse Juan Rivera in the book Queer Latino Testimonio, Keith Haring, and Juanito Extravaganza Hardtails. So Neon Baby is a funky new musical set in mythical dance club Time in Paradise. Woo! Neon Baby will be running at Pregones Theater, located at 571-575 Walton Avenue in the Bronx until June 2nd. Performances are Thursday through Saturdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 3 p.m. And for more on Neon Baby, you can check out pregones.org. And that's what we have for you in our Open Weekend Preview. So rain or shine, there's something to do. All right. So, I just want to share with you viewers and you, Vince, our Vince Bracey, DJ in the house. Recently, I received a petition to sign against this tour of the Bronx that focuses on negativity and past stereotypes. They, this tour company, this alleged tour company, because whatever, I'm going to trash them right about now. They actually, they claimed they changed the name, and I don't know what's going on, but apparently, from what I understand, it's still being offered. And I'm not giving them too much play as far as mentioning their name, because I'm actually a little disgusted with what I've read. But the name of the company is actually called the Real Bronx Tour or whatever. They tried to also, make it out to be a ghetto tour, and apparently is being toured by people that are not even from New York. Whatever. So, I just want to have, what's up, Vince? I'm feeling it right now, right? We haven't even gotten into it.
I definitely feel your pain. I'm not a fan of the whole ghetto tourist thing either. Basically, we want people to enjoy the Bronx. We want people to see everything good that we have to offer here, because we run a great show here. We have a lot of good things to show.
Well, here's the thing, okay? The Bronx is not what it was in the 70s, all right? People need to move on, It's 2013. Hello. And there's an article in the Post if anybody's interested in reading it further. I just wonder what it is that makes it enticing, or it makes a person even want to spend money to come here and see, poverty. I mean, I'm sorry, but poverty exists everywhere in the world, right? And unfortunately, we have the stigma that needs to be broken, because, we're in a great place, and the Bronx is booming about now.
The Bronx is definitely booming. It's no longer burning, which it was like in the 70s, you said. But yeah, we have, like I said, a lot of great things to offer here. And what I can't understand is why someone, I don't know if this person is from the Bronx, why someone would devote a company to basically bringing us down when we have, again, so much to offer, so many great things like the Botanical Gardens, Morris Park.
We're actually the borough of the park.
Yes.
Okay, we're a very green borough, I might add. We have a lot of parks here, and the borough of the universities as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, like you said, we have the Botanical Garden, we have the Bronx Zoo, we have BronxNet, we have BronxNet, I'm just saying, we have fabulous artists, we have so many theaters here. There's so much going on here for somebody to actually try to capitalize on. A small little percentage, and not to mention that there are people that may be going through hardships, and for somebody to actually tour people to see that, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and even the Bronx Borough president said that it's just unacceptable. He doesn't like to see this, especially somewhere where he represents and is from.
Right. Well, here's the thing. From what I understand, they changed the name of the tour, and they're not going to pursue this. However, in case any of you guys want to know about this tour company, check them out. It's called the Real Bronx Tour, whatever, the fake Bronx Tour, or their version of the Bronx Tour.
Right.
However, please feel free to send them notes, nasty notes, I might add, because that's not what we're about here, and I'm a little tired of people focusing on just that aspect of our past, because really it's our past.
Right. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the way that we're being portrayed. I went to their website. I believe they took their website down, whether they changed their name or not. I just want to let the people know out there, if you want to check out a real Bronx tour, you can go to mcny.com. MCNYtours.com. MCNYtours.com.
And of course, you can always go to ilovethebronx.com and the Bronx Tourism Council. Those are the real tour people.
Check them out. The real tours.
That's right. Thank you, Vince Bracey in the house.
Welcome.
We love him. All right. So we do have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Open. But first, enjoy another teaser of Rena Gets Lean. And remember, past episodes can be viewed on bronxnet.org. Let's check it out.
Head up, head up, head up. Head up like it's a jump on your belly. There we go.
Oh! No, he didn't!
Should take it too, right? Strong, that's strong, baby.
Today's healthy habit to form: eat smaller portions. Bigger is not better. For tonight's dinner, my meat portion will be equal to the size of my fist.
There was a time when a visit to a hospital could require days, even weeks off your feet and in a hospital bed. Well, that is about to change. Montefiore Medical Center is now building a hospital like none other in New York City.
This is so exciting for Montefiore because this is really our first building without inpatient beds. It's a hospital without beds. It's a high-tech healthcare facility that will have 12 operating rooms, 4 procedure rooms, high-tech imaging capability, and 7 floors of medical and surgical high-tech specialty services.
The hospital is now under construction at the Hutchinson Metrotech Center in the East Bronx. It boasts 12 floors that will allow patients the best care in half the time.
This is a healthcare institution that has really become second to none. They employ people in the Bronx and at the same time really provide health care that really is outstanding and really a model not only for New York but for really the nation.
Simone Developers partnered with Montefiore Medical Center.
We have created a facility here that will not only fulfill those needs for today, but will fulfill those needs for the future.
Joe Kelleher is president of the Hutchinson Metrotech Center, the facility that will house the building and is quickly becoming a place where businesses have been flocking to thrive.
10 years ago, there was nothing here. The next 10 years are going to be absolutely amazing. When we stand here 10 years from now, I just can't believe the vision that we're going to see.
Bronxborough President Ruben Diaz Jr. praised the project, calling it a sign the Bronx is a mecca for economic development.
Think of what's happening in this neck of the woods. Everyone is paying attention to the borough. The new Bronx, the rebranding of the borough. And Joe Keller is correct. 10 years from now, watch out, because we will be the borough where everyone wants to emulate and wants to do business. So congratulations, the best is yet to come.
At this facility alone, major projects are coming on board, including the new 911 call center, a new Marriott Marquis hotel, along with an LA fitness center. BronxNet Television is also housing a new East Bronx location. When will this hospital be complete? Very soon. And how soon is that? Possibly by the end of the year. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.
And welcome back to the studio. Thank you, Arlene, for that. If you've been wanting to spring into the nights with some great musical jazz persuasion, well, Linda's Jazz Nights are just for you. Please welcome Linda Manning to the show to tell us all about her lineup this season. And welcome once again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, thank you for visiting us regularly. And thank you for producing this lovely evening, this once-a-month event on Wednesdays, right? Of jazz artists. And, you know, you've been coming and visiting us and sharing with our viewers this wonderful jazz. And you've actually showcased some of your jazz artists on set. However, we've never really gotten to know Linda and how Linda became a producer of jazz musicians, right? So, you know, I did a little background on you, and I found that you're actually a writer, a performer, and you're a Brio winner.
Right.
But your Brio winning was for writing, not jazz music.
No, I'm not a singer. I'm not a musician. My background's in the theater. That's how I started. And this whole jazz thing came about as really a happy accident. I was helping with my kids' school, PS24 in the Bronx, and helping put together a benefit of the parents that are in the school who have some kind of performing background. That was February 2010. And I knew Eric Alexander. His son and my daughter were in the same class together, and he's a professional musician. And so they said, could you help put this together? I had to go back. I had a theater company in Manhattan years ago and was writing and performing my own work. And then I moved up here and had my kids and was working less so I could be with them. And so I was involved in the school. So this benefit came about in February 2010, and they said, could you find some parents who could perform? And so I hooked up with Eric, and then he has a quartet, and I met these guys, and that night of the performance, you know, it's one of those moments in your life when something opens up and you see and you feel the artistic life of this person coming out. You know, I think any great art does that. It like transcends for the moment who it is, what the genre is, and something larger happens, and you just feel your humanity. I know it sounds corny, but
no,
it's really
doesn't.
true.
No. Well,
it's
you know,
really true.
From an artist to an artist,
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. There
Yeah.
was this other language and communication that happened.
And I didn't know that much about it, but I thought, my God, what are these guys doing? It's extraordinary. And jazz is very related to theater in terms of the improvisation that's possible, in terms of the collective. They have to work together. They have to be so in tune with each other in the moment, riffing off of what the other person is doing. But Joe Farnsworth, who is a friend of mine and who also lives in the Bronx, and his kids went to school, he's a drummer, and he started doing stuff on a drum set that I have just never seen a human being do before, all over the drum set. I mean, with every possible piece and in every possible way, and it was thrilling. It was literally thrilling. And so at the end of that night, they start talking about, well, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we could do a local gig? And so I raised my hand and said, I'll help. And so I started helping organize and put it together, and it's been 3 years now. I'm happy to say I feel pretty good about that.
And we've been following it,
Yeah.
you know, because we
Yeah.
met you as one of the founders of the Riverdale Bronx Festival of the
Right,
Arts,
right.
And you know, and you have jazz musicians because you actually
Yeah.
produce the music
The
component.
music part of that, right.
And and the fact that you actually have this, you know, every first Wednesday of the month jazz night that I'm always kept abreast of is like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating
Yeah,
to see how you went from, you know, I mean, I know you still write because I know
Yeah,
you gave
I
a
do.
workshop
Yeah,
recently as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But that you're a jazz producer.
Yeah. I don't know. I ask myself that question sometimes when it's hard, and you know, growing the audience and getting people there. And Linda, what are you doing? But I think it goes back also to a deep, deep love of music. And you know, it all starts out when you're young. And it wasn't jazz. It was pop music. It was Michael Jackson. It was that when I was a kid. But it grounded me in some way, and I can be in the room with these guys and make this event happen. I mean, writing and producing a play, it's huge, as you know. It's months, it's years of your life.
Yes.
I can make a small show in a night, and it's the same, you know, not the same level of satisfaction, but a different level of satisfaction. But I can make that happen in a night. There's nothing in my mind that replaces the live moment. When you're there in the room and that thing happens and you're a witness and you're really a part of it. Something it's church for me.
Yeah, it's like it is what it is in that moment. It is being in the moment.
It is.
And you're like, as you mentioned earlier, when it comes to jazz is it's a craft that you have to hone your craft in order to
play.
Right.
In order to get in the room and play, they have to know their vocabulary and the music that they know is beyond anything. So they can jump off and go anywhere. Different musicians will come and play together who know each other, who've played before, but it's not like a standard band. It's like I put together a different trio or quartet every time, and they all have the same vocabulary, and they just get up there and go. And it's exciting.
I know, and you get some pretty heavy hitters.
I
so
do.
Why don't you throw those names out?
I'm very lucky.
Yes, I was reading. I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm thrilled. It's a lot due to my friends Joe Farnsworth and Eric Alexander, who are both terrific musicians and very well known and acclaimed in their own right. Coming up on June 5th is George Coleman, who is one of the greats. He started out in the early 50s in Memphis, played with B.B. King when he was 17, went on to play with Miles Davis and all the great jazz musicians. He's kind of extraordinary. So he's coming up on June 5th. And that evening also happens to be a benefit for the Amalgamated Nursery School. We're giving all the proceeds of ticket sales to them. So
that's a special benefit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Nice. Well, we're excited for you. And you know what? There's something romantic about jazz.
Oh, yes.
Like, you know,
yes.
It's the perfect date music.
Oh, it is. It
Isn't
is.
it?
I mean, because it has to come, it's visceral. It has to come from deep within. I mean, all good art does, or who cares?
Right.
But these guys, they dig in there and they play, and they're so focused. I mean, they play at the big clubs in the city. They go overseas and they play for thousands of people in Japan and Europe. There's a big audience there, and they do the exact same thing for that small room that I have at On Bill Box in the Bronx. And they give it everything they have, and it's thrilling. I keep saying that, but that's the word.
No,
you know?
I understand, because I can only imagine how you feel knowing that you have like these heavy hitters that go and they travel the world and then they come and
They're
then they
happy
do
to
this
come
night and they do this night like if they're doing a big concert.
They do, and they're happy to be there, and they're excited, and they're just decent, lovely people, and they're fun to hang out with. If you come to the gig, they're there, they hang out with the audience. We're getting to know people, and it's just. I'm also interested in building an artistic world where people can be there and feed off of it, whether you're a musician or an artist or just a lover of it. That that there's that circle that people can connect.
Yes.
I think it's vital.
I know what you're saying, because as artists, like we're surrounded by art in a different form or a different genre. It feeds whatever it is that we're creating.
It does. It sparks an idea for something else that you're doing, and it just makes you feel present in your life. I
applaud you.
Well, thank you.
I applaud you. And once again, this is like first Wednesdays every month.
First Wednesday of the month at On Bill Bach Cafe. My website is lindasjazznights.com. So the next one is Wednesday, June 5th.
Right, that's the big benefit.
That's the big benefit one with George Coleman.
That's right. So she would like everybody to participate in that one, June 5th, right? Wednesday, June 5th at 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m.
Yes.
We just had the information. And once again, for more on Linda's Jazz Nights, you can actually check out her website, lindasjazznights.com, and make your way to the next event. All right, we got to take a break, but we'll be back with some Latin sabor when we return. Thanks.
The Bronx River Alliance teamed up with the Friends of Shoe Lake Park for their second annual 10K run. Participants got the opportunity to enjoy the natural beauty of the park with a path that stretches from 211th Street to 228th.
I felt good. It was a little complicated out there because it follows along the Mosholu, then comes back through a couple of parks. Yeah,
That's awesome.
You don't realize how much parkland there is when you're driving down the Bronx River. It's beautiful.
Michael Collins from Pleasantville, New York, came in first place and says he wants to run next year.
But if they ran this every single year, it would definitely create a following.
Laura DeLuca from Brooklyn came in first place for women.
My mom actually grew up in this neighborhood, so this is the first time I've been back. It was a great course, really well organized. Had a great time.
Judy Hudson, the founder of Friends of Shoelace Park, saw the number of participants double from the first walk run. She called it a great day all around.
In the Bronx, we can have races instead of having to always go to Manhattan or Brooklyn. There has never been enough in the Bronx, and that's why we want to make the Shoelace 10K a destination for runners that they know when the running season starts, this is a place to come.
As for the runners, here's what they said.
I just like to run, like occasional running, so for this cause I just wanted to be part of it.
And it's a great way to increase your health, eat better, and bring the whole family. You can bring the whole family and get healthy together.
Monique Greenberg says it was tough at one point trying to break in a new pair of sneakers, but all in all, it was a great experience.
I have new shoes, so I had to plow through it. But yeah, you look, I couldn't be more proud of myself.
Volunteers also were busy keeping up with the runners.
And we're so happy today. We have about 95 or 100 runners. They're very pleased. Beautiful scenery along the Bronx River.
One of the founders of the Bronx River Alliance, Dart Westfall, says he's pleased that their early work decades ago is now being enjoyed by all.
Organizations around here like the Bronx River Alliance and others have been working to improve the Bronx River for a very long time. And now it's getting to the point where, on a day like today especially, where we can see a lot of things that people have worked on coming to fruition. And I think a lot of people here feel the same way, that it's now time to enjoy everything that we've built over the last bunch of years.
Now, there was no race last year because the park was undergoing some renovations, but this will be an annual race, so anyone who's interested can sign up online. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.
And thank you once again, Arlene Makoko, and welcome back to the studio. Our next guest bridges the gap in Latin music, and, well, he knows his way around the business as, he was a former music partner of Jose Jose's. He also won NTV's TR3's DameUnBreak.com competition, and we'll be working with multiple Grammy winner. Please welcome to the show, Loquísimo. Hola.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, I know you're going to perform for us later, but just share a little bit about your experience during the competition.
Well, it was really, it was really intense, I can say. You had like the whole nation voting for artists. There was like over 500 artists, and they was voting for the best song, for the best artist. So basically, I came up like number one, like on the charts on it, and after that, we just flew to Cali and recorded this song with a Grammy producer.
Right. What's his name?
Sebastian Christ.
Right. Sebastian Christ, who actually worked with Gloria Estefan, Mark Anthony, Shakira.
Yes, he's a big time dude. So he was really a nice dude too. So he was really humble. So I really had fun with him making like the song, the whole process.
So did you write your music?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. It's awesome when you can actually write it and perform it as well. Now, when you won that competition, what did that do for your career? How did it shift everything for you?
Well, everything just became global because, everybody, knows me from that, from that moment. It's like a moment, like before I was doing that, I was just, basically just doing local shows. But once I hit, it takes you to a whole nother level. So you're doing shows everywhere, Europe, Puerto Rico. So it's like a whole different scale now.
You're on a whole different scale now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you touring now?
Well, my next tour is gonna be Dominican Republic. I'm going over there in October.
And what would you consider your genre of music? I mean, I know you do the reggaeton, but you actually do some other stuff as well.
Well, I do more like Latin urban, because everything I do is more like it has a twist of more like urban sound. So I try to do I try to blend like different kinds of music. It doesn't matter what it is. I just try to put the urban sound to it.
So in your of all your music, do you write them all?
All of them, yeah.
All of them. So where do you see yourself in like 5 years from now?
Well, doing the same thing. This is like my life. Everything I do is music. So I just gonna keep going. Like I don't really see myself like, I'm gonna be doing these great things. I'm gonna be doing this, because I'm always gonna be doing the same thing. And I know I'm gonna keep going forward, and I'm gonna do bigger things because this is what I love to do.
Right. No, it's a beautiful thing because, some people, they know they just want to be a performer, or they know that they just want to be a producer, but it sounds to me like you just know that music is what you're about.
Yeah, that's all, if you know, like, what you want to do with your life, you're always going to go forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, get into music, and they like, do it for the wrong reasons. You really gotta.
What are the wrong reasons?
The wrong reasons is just money, try to get girls, try to, just try to be out there so people be like, oh wow, that's the guy,
Right.
But that's not the reason. Like music is the type of thing that you gotta feel it. When you go on stage, you don't go on stage thinking about getting girls or nothing. You go on stage like, wow, I wanna really rock it. I wanna really people to come up to me after the show and be like, wow, nice show. So, that's the whole, that's the whole passion you gotta have for it.
No, it's a beautiful thing. Now, when you write your music, do you write with any intent? Actually, not write with any, of course you write with intent. What intent do you have in leaving as a message to your audience?
Well, I think every song has a story. And like, I try to write a lot about my own life, like my own, personal life about the songs. Like the last song that I'm doing now is called Ayer y Hoy, which means yesterday and today. Like yesterday I had nothing, and today I have everything. But it talks about the struggle that I went from before to like now. So it's not an easy task, to write a song like that, because you go to a whole different, you go to you go to a lot of things.
I know what you're talking about.
And to make it in 3 minutes, it's really tough. So.
What do you mean? Like, in other words, you have to go through a whole like story of your life.
You have to think about where you started and where you are now, and put it in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So what kind of process is that?
Just think
No, well, of course you think, but I'm just saying as far as like your technique, I guess is what I'm asking. Like,
well, my technique is I think about metaphors a lot. So I try to relate, like, you know, what my life, how can I put my life as a metaphor? Like, you know, if my life is cold, I try to put it like, you know, like my cold, you know, like my heart is cold. Sometimes, you know, you gotta try to use metaphors so people can, you know, get your message. Yeah. Not saying a whole story like, you know, like normal people do. Like, I woke up, went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth. You gotta make sure.
I woke up with the.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you say different. So people be like, oh, okay.
It's poetry.
Yeah, poetry.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, what are you going to be singing for us today?
Well, the song is called Ayer y Hoy. It's a song produced by Blackie RD. He's one of the top guys in the Dominican Republic. It has like a new sound. I've never done this, you know, type of sound. So I'm just, you know, bringing a new sound to it. And, you know, people are really loving it. Like DJs are really loving it. I already got like 22,000 downloads on it.
Nice.
So, you know, it's doing
on iTunes?
Pretty good. On Hokechair.
On Hokechair?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard you get a lot of play in LA too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Good. I'm glad you're here with us.
Thank you for having me. You know, this is not my first time. I've been here a couple of times with you. So.
No, with me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's only right.
Did you like shoot up or something? You must have blown up. Like.
No, I just, you know, grew up. I grew up.
You did. Oh my gosh, my age is about to hit me. Oh my goodness. Oh well, then I should say thank you for coming back.
No, thank you for having me again.
Of course. Oh my gosh. I'm like lost for words because you definitely shot up.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at you, I'm like, wow. All right. So I'm looking forward to this and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So Loquísimo is actually going to perform Ayer y Hoy when we come back. But for more, you can check them out by going to loquísimolife.wix.com/Loquísimo. Oh boy, I hope you had a bed for that one. Or you can just follow him on Twitter by going to @Loquísimo. All right, and he'll be performing with us later. So just give us a break. We're actually we're going to take a break. Well, not really. We're going to actually take a sports break because we've got Bobby C in the house to do the sports roundup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I ain't worried about none. I ain't worried about none. Round with that work. Strapped up with that nigga. Got two bad bitches with me. Molly and Aquafina. Money don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I love his lyrics. He's from the Bronx. He represents. And he knows. He's coming from the bottom. He knows who we've been. He knows who we are. He knows it. That's what I like about him.
What? I ain't worried about none.
What up? Your boy French Montana. Feel good coming back to them Bronx, you know. I'm making it happen for the family.
I'm round with that nigga. I'm round with that AK, that HK, that SK, that beam on the scope. Window that blows.
Making everything happen for the people. Everybody that look up to us, they've been supporting us for a long time. You know, it feels good. It feels good coming back to where you come from. Being comfortable, being, you know, people love you. It's what we work so hard for.
I worry about that. Montana.
Hi, I'm Ruben Diaz Jr. I'm not just the Bronx Borough President, but I'm a father and an uncle. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for men and fathers to be a part of their children's lives. Let me talk to you about a program that's come out of my office, the Bronx Fathers Taking Action Committee, which is a committee of Bronx fathers and men formed to help uplift the institution of fatherhood while responsibly respecting the privilege of being a dad. Our mission statement is to engage, empower, educate, and encourage fathers, grandfathers, and uncles of all ages by providing them with the resources and help that they need in order to build new relationships with the leaders in our community. Ultimately, this initiative will help reinforce Bronx men as positive role models. So, I just want to take the time out to encourage fathers, grandfathers, uncles, men of all corners of the Bronx to take an important role in the lives of the children in your family and in our community, and also to get involved in this uplifting committee.
Good job, Theo.
Thank you.
Let's start it again, Theo.
All right.
This is Bobby C. reporting from ABC Studios in Times Square, where the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Gilbert family dress for the part of the #1 pick. Dressed to impress in Cavs, blazers, and bow ties, Cleveland won the ping pong ball race for the NBA's first pick for the second time in 3 years Tuesday night.
For Cleveland, it means it's going to mean a lot, because I think if we pick the right guy to fit into the young core that we have now, we could be a great team for many, many years.
Man, does it feel good to get the first pick this last time, get that last player and give us a push.
Orlando had the best chances of nabbing the first pick, but now the Magic are hoping that their scouts find some magic in drafting a stud at number 2.
If you draft well consecutively for numbers of years, you're going to be good. And if you don't, you're going to struggle. At the end of the day, you've got to scout well and draft well.
Our nation's capital is third, and this is good enough for young up-and-coming star Bradley Beal, who remembers going through the draft process last year.
It helps us out a lot. Even if we'd had a lower draft pick, we were still going to have high expectations of ourselves and of the draft pick to be able to come in and help us. And having the top 3 pick and having the 3rd pick, it means a lot to us. It's the second year in a row for us, so we're looking forward to it.
It's always great to be a part of the NBA events. Maybe this one a little less than the other ones, just because you don't necessarily want to be here in the draft lottery, but you want to try to move up. You want to be around this, and at the end of the day, I'm living my dream. I'm in the NBA, and it's just it's a great night to see everybody come out and support their teams and represent their teams.
The Cavs will likely select freshman Kentucky center Nerlens Noel, who is working his way back from injury, but is an athletic big man who projects well in what many are calling a very thin draft. Georgetown sophomore guard Otto Porter Jr. is also in the mix for the top spot. While the future pieces of the league begin to fall into place, the association is trying to crown a winner for the 2012-13 season. It won't be the Knicks, unfortunately, who fell in 6 games to Indiana last weekend. The Pacers proved to be a much better team and actually gave Miami a run in Game 1 of the Eastern Finals. Rising star Paul George connected on a late second 3 at the end of regulation in a game that had 17 lead changes and 18 ties before LeBron James and the Heat prevailed in overtime. James drove past George in the final seconds of the extra session for the game winner. Game 2 of that series between Indiana and Miami resumes tonight in South Beach. San Antonio holds a 2-0 series lead against Memphis in the Western Finals. In other NBA news, legendary coach Phil Jackson has been shopping his newest book around the country. He made some headlines this week with his debate over Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He basically said if he had to take one, he would take MJ, but he touted the best of each of the stars that he coached en route to plenty of championship rings. Let go by Brooklyn former head coach PJ Carlesimo has landed on his feet. PJ has been hired by ESPN as an analyst. He said the Nets were not realistically going to win a title this year, despite pressure from the organization to get it done. He did comment that the ultimate goal was to win the championship, of course, and that if things broke a certain way, maybe they could have. But he also pointed to the team's roster and said that more pieces are needed for the Nets to compete with elite teams like Miami. On the ice, Boston is clearly an elite team that the New York Rangers have struggled with in the Eastern quarterfinals. Our BronxNet cameras have been rolling at the Garden throughout the postseason run, one that reached a zenith in a first-round Game 7 win in Washington, helping the Broadway Blue Shirts advance to face Boston in round 2. But the Bruins, who leaped out to a 3-0 series lead following Tuesday night's 2-1 win over the Rangers at the Garden, pushed the Blue Shirts to the edge of elimination on Thursday night, where the Rangers finally came alive. Head coach John Tortorella talked about the talent after Game 3 and said the team was going to have to find a way to break out of their recently sluggish play. And that they did exactly on Thursday night, living to fight another day after falling down 2-0 in Game 4. The Rangers battled back for a 4-3 overtime win to push the series to Game 5. Chris Kreider, the second-year rising star, netted the game-winning goal. We caught up with the hero of the night in the postgame.
So surreal. Not something that can really be explained. It's just something that has to be felt, but it was awesome, and I was just excited to give these guys an opportunity to play another day.
Is it tough to only focus on like one game when you're down?
Maybe, but right now, like I said before, we're in nothing to lose situation, so we just take it one game at a time and worry about the next one.
Game 5 is 5:30 Eastern Time on Saturday in Boston. A Game 6 would be Monday in New York. And if the Rangers were able to get hot and force a Game 7, that would be back in Boston next Wednesday, one game at a time. That's been the story for the Bronx Bombers, too. The Yankees are in first place, sporting a 28-18 record. The Yanks have lost their last 2, but are 5-5 over their last 10 and continue to hang tight despite a number of injuries. It may be early, but if this continues, manager Joe Girardi deserves some serious consideration for Manager of the Year. The Yankees have been getting the job done. The Pinstripers will be in Tampa for the weekend and then back home in New York on Monday facing the Mets in the first game of the Subway Series at Citi Field. The Yankees and Mets will play 2 in Queens and then 2 at Yankee Stadium on Wednesday and Thursday. Young pitcher Michael Pineda threw 5 innings in an extended spring training start for him, while first baseman Mark Teixeira is getting closer to playing in some minor league games. He said he is happy with his progress. The Amazons will open a 5-game homestand tonight at Citi Field, welcoming rival Atlanta to the ballpark. Tonight is firework night. Tomorrow is John Franco bobblehead day at the ballpark. Go to Mets.com for tickets. The Mets will be looking to bounce back from 3 straight losses to the Reds. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Knicks star Carmelo Anthony has been named to the All-NBA second team, while sources say now that Sixth Man of the Year J.R. Smith, like Melo, was injured during the playoff run. Smith was reportedly slowed by knee pain. He will likely test free agency, but said during the week that he wants to retire a Knick. On the gridiron, the New York Giants decided to re-sign Ramses Barden to bolster their wide receiver depth. Fullback Henry Hynoski will have surgery today to repair an injured left knee suffered during OTAs. He said the goal is to return for the September 8th opener at Dallas. Cut loose from the Jets, Tim Tebow is still in the market for a job. He is drawing some interest from the Arena Football League and the Canadian Football League. Action legend Chuck Norris, believe it or not, went to Tebow's defense this week, saying that Tebow reminds him of himself. Norris says Tebow rises to the occasion when it comes to challenges and competition. Well, I guess if Tebow can't play quarterback professionally, at least he can co-star with Norris in a martial arts flick. Chicago Bears linebacking great Brian Urlacher hung them up this week. The 13-year veteran spent his entire career in Chicago and should be ticketed for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton sometime in the near future. I could also see his number being retired by the Bears. An honor the club this week said they will bestow on Mike Ditka, the Hall of Fame tight end and Bears coaching legend, will have his number 89 retired. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some final thoughts on the Knicks season. Although I did not come out on the show and announce my prediction for the series with Indiana, all of our colleagues in the business get together before playoff matches and talk shop. I had predicted Indiana in 6, but like most Knicks fans, did not want to believe the truth. So that's why when ESPN's Jared Swerling said Knicks in 7, I said I don't think so. That's why when WBI's Samori Benjamin said the Knicks would carve up the Pacers, I said not so fast. And the same could be said for the guru of sports, Dexter Henry, who, although he projected a 50-plus win season for the Knicks, something I didn't think would materialize like others, their prediction meters failed to take into account what we saw this season. I have been critical of the Knicks in the past, and that's simply because deep down inside, there's still the piece of me that remembers rooting for them so vehemently in my youth. And even when you watch an 18-5 start and a 50-plus win season from front and center of the press box, it's the journalist inside of me that understands what's fool's gold and what's not. I still give plenty of credit to Mike Woodson, someone I questioned at the start, and the Knicks, for that matter, for overachieving in my mind this season. Instead of knocking the club in this C-list, I've simmered the last few days and decided to simply point out that championships are not going to be won this way. You can't squeeze every last drop out of an old roster and expect to get by the elite teams in the league. The Knicks should tear a page from Indiana's notebook and rebuild from the bottom up. No quick fixes here. Understand the Knicks could come back easily next year and win 50 more games, but like PJ was saying about the Nets, do the Knicks really have the roster to win it all? More than likely, the answer as of right now is no. Teams like the Pacers are young and more than likely will get better. Miami is going nowhere, and Derrick Rose is coming back to Chicago next year, which, if he's healthy, should make them better. Really tough week for Knicks fans, many of which were in denial and had to come to grips with the truth. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Ruben Diaz Jr. I'm not just the Bronx Borough president, but I'm a father and an uncle. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for men and fathers to be a part of their children's lives. let me talk to you about a program that's come out of my office, the Bronx Fathers Taking Action Committee, which is a committee of Bronx fathers and men formed to help uplift the institution of fatherhood while responsibly respecting the privilege of being a dad. Our mission statement is to engage, empower, educate, and encourage fathers, grandfathers, and uncles of all ages by providing them with the resources and help that they need in order to build new relationships with the leaders in our community. Ultimately, this initiative will help reinforce Bronx men as positive role models. So, I just want to take the time out to encourage fathers, grandfathers, uncles, men of all corners of the Bronx to take an important role in the lives of the children in your families and in our community, and also to get involved in this uplifting committee.
Good job, Theo.
Thank you.
Let's start it again, Theo.
All right.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WVLS, and when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee and Cool Clyde. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Welcome back to Open. The lights are bright, which means it is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
We heard from him earlier, and now he's here to perform on our open stage, Ayer y Hoy. Let's give it up for Loquísimo!
Yeah, Loquísimo. Ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada. Ayer no tenía nada, me querían jugar, querían quitarme todo. Hoy le duele al mirar que tengo más que yo solo. Ayer no tenía nada, me querían jugar, querían quitarme todo. Hoy le duele al mirar que tengo más que yo solo. Mi mayor venganza es la ficha que ustedes lo tranca. Tener la dicha que todo lo alcanza, como un avión que para el cielo arranca. Así me fui, haciendo gira para otro país, donde no saben lo que yo sufrí, donde no saben lo que yo pasé, a donde José a sobrevivir. Porque yo ahora estoy en TV, botella y modelo del After Alep. Con esto soñé, ahora estoy aquí. Otra botella para el VIP, las 9 estrellas. Salgo para la calle y las mujeres frenan. From Macaway pa' que ponga tu cena. Pegue tu pena, quite tu pena. Sudando tu cuerpo, quisiera yo hacerlo. Sudando tu cuerpo, quisiera yo hacerlo. Ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada. Querían quitarme todo, hoy le duele al mirar, hoy le duele al mirar, hoy le duele al mirar, que tengo más que yo solo. Que nunca lo diga ahora, reconocido, demostrando en el mundo entero. Que nunca lo deje ahora, reconocido, demostrando en el mundo entero. Ayer no tenía nada, me querían jugar, querían quitarme todo. Hoy le duele al mirar que tengo más que yo solo. Ayer no tenía nada, me querían jugar, querían quitarme todo. Hoy le duele al mirar que tengo más que yo solo. Esa es toda la gente que nunca apoyó, esa es toda la gente que nada me dio, esa es toda la gente que nunca me dio. Ustedes me hicieron, hoy quién soy yo, guerrero, la gente que me sigue quiero, cruzando el fuego sin ropa de bombero, rapeo por mi alma, no importa si me pego, lo hago por mi tierra, lo hago por mi pueblo, lo hago por mi tierra que descansa en el cielo, lo hago por el día que cogí ese vuelo, llegué a Nueva York buscando mi pueblo, en solo un par de años el mundo tenemos, verano, invierno, el swag que tenemos, valor de mi sueldo, yo sé que le duele el nivel que mantengo, si quieres sonar, págame un sueldo, que nunca reconocido, demostrando en el mundo entero, que no intente, que nunca lo dé y ahora, reconocido, demostrando en el mundo entero. Ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada, ayer no tenía nada. Quería quitarme todo, hoy le duele mirar, hoy le duele mirar, hoy le duele mirar. Que tengo más que yo solo, que tengo más que yo solo.
Loquísimo! Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, having people like you come back, right? Especially, you know, because it's like, wow, I've been doing this a long time. It really, really makes me feel like so proud, almost like I'm part of your whole process and your success.
You know,
and congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. You know,
talking to the mic.
If it wasn't, you know, if it really wasn't for people like you that really give artists the chance to, you know, to really break out, then, you know, there wouldn't be, you know, no chance for us, you know, to really say what we gotta say. So I want to say thank you to you for having me back.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So are you performing anywhere local?
Well, I'm gonna be doing all the festivals coming up: Dominican Festival, Puerto Rican Festival, Colombian Festival. So this whole summer I'm gonna be busy just working.
So where do you prefer people to follow you? Twitter or Facebook?
Well,
what do you want?
You can just follow me on Facebook. Facebook.com/Loquísimo. Twitter, Loquísimo, or just go to my website, loquísimo.com, and, you know, you find me there. You see all the links.
And you're on YouTube, and also, you know, you say you have a lot of downloads. Where is it that they're downloading your music?
Well, just go to my main website, loquísimo.com, and then you're gonna find everything about me, all my videos, all my history. You know, and you know, it's great. God is great.
So yes, great, mighty. And so I just have one. This is a really spur of the moment thing, and I know we didn't actually expect this, but do you have another song under your belt that you could sing for us today?
Of course, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Good. So will you close us out? Does the DJ have your music?
Yeah, of course.
He
yeah.
does? No, he doesn't. He say he doesn't.
Yeah, I gave a CD when I came. He's gotta be there.
Okay, he said he gave you a CD. DJ Vince Bracey in the house, rocking it. We're like doing it. we're doing it on the spur of the moment. Did you guys enjoy it? Yeah. Yes, you see. So the audience enjoyed it. We want to see you.
I'm ready to rock anytime.
Play us out, and once I say goodbye to everybody, then you can just sing us out.
All right.
Because we're proud of you. Congratulations on everything, and may you be, you know, the next success. May you win a Grammy, my friend.
Pretty soon, definitely.
Nice, I like that. It's all about confidence and knowing where you're going, like you said. So, once again, is that the music? That works?
Yeah.
All right, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and I'm going to let Loquísimo close us out, because, you know, we're just feeling it like that. So once again, for more on Loquísimo, you can check him out by going to loquísimo.com, or you can follow him on Twitter at Loquísimo, and that's actually with 2 X's, in case you guys don't know. And that is all the time we have for today, and we want to thank our guests and thank our viewers and you, of course, for watching and tuning in. And please remember to comment on Facebook or Twitter, and if you missed any part of the show, tune into the Recablecast tonight, 5 and 10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. I'm Reina Valentin, and as always, from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. Mwah. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. And once again, let's give it up for Loquísimo!
Si tú te sientes caliente, quiero que lo muevas todo. Que tú estés en ambiente, quiero que lo muevas todo. Toda Europa está presente, quiero que lo muevas todo. Te gustó y te encantó, quiero que lo muevas todo. Que quieres beber, gozar. hasta el otro día. Así se siente el poder, libera tu energía. Cómo se baila, cómo se goza. Así que acércate a mí, la noche corta. Si tú te sientes caliente, quiero que lo muevas todo. No esté en ambiente, quiero que lo muevas todo. Quiero que lo muevas todo. DJ en los platos, dale volumen, la estrella del flow, te subo a la nube. Life is crazy, drink, luce. De lunes a lunes, dinero lo voto, más no lo dude. I wanna see you bump to the music. Soy director, apaga la luz, cámara acción, que empiece la movie. Sin corte, gocemos la noche, grabemos una escena. Tu cuerpo me pena, te pongo en la zona, te prendo en candela. En 5 minutos te dejo por lenta. Loquísimo y DJ Mesta, rompemos bocina Europa entera. Levante la L, el mundo lo espera. Levante la L, el mundo lo espera. Si tú te sientes caliente, quiero que lo muevas todo. Quiero que lo muevas todo. Quiero que lo muevas todo. Si supiera lo que quiero y que deseo, no grabarte en un video. Como modelo, ven, camíname video. Muévate el pelo mientras me mueva el pelo. Tú sabes, tengo que me sobra, tengo que me pida. Y si quiero busco más, no pare, que vivo la vida. Música bebida, déjame el amigo gozar. It's popping all night, abróchate bien, disfruta el ride. La forma que goza un momento especial. Otra nota, loquísimo live. Si tú te sientes caliente, quiero que lo muevas todo. 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 Para estar presente. Quiero que lo muevas todo. Te gustó y te encantó. Quiero que lo muevas todo. Loquísimo. Taking over. You know how we do. Yeah. Toda Europa está presente. Quiero que lo muevas tú.
The phenomenal one. I'm the phenom. Oh now, loquísimo. Double J. Balbuena. Let's go. El coro que ando siempre gana. En la discoteca en vestimenta saben que tengo la paca. Ven mamá, ayer terminamos mi cama. Tengo papalomo. El coro que ando siempre gana. En la discoteca en vestimenta saben que tengo la paca. Ven mamá, ayer terminamos mi cama.
Parqueo frente del ballet y las puertas abren como águila. Parezco un trofeo, como brilla me va a nominar. Como un enfermo pero no ando en ropa de hospital. Al que suena un pito porque suave es super oficial. Me llevo a mi espacio y si no bajas te podía apreciar. Flow de astronauta, mi cohete lo podía voltar. Goza ahora que mañana no vas a recordar. Rose en mi banco como Moisés.
If you want hot topics, current news, fashion advice, and humor included, then Open 2.0 is a show for you.